Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we're going to take a look at this week's Sunday preview. As you can see, we have a little bit of Age of Sigmar. Before we get into this one, let's just get the admin side of things out the way. So this is Sunday the 29th of June, which means everything shown in this article is going up for pre-order Saturday the 5th of July, and will be releasing on Saturday the 19th of July, and one would expect next week's preview will be the Horus Heresy 3.0 Saturnine box, all of the Libers, the campaign book I believe was coming as well, all of that stuff. So this is probably the last minor Sunday preview before Heresy. I'd be surprised if next week isn't Heresy, but I feel like I've been saying that every week for the last 6 weeks. But this one is a good one as well. I think we haven't had any Sigmar for a little while. I'm trying to think what the last Sigmar release was, and we also haven't had a reveal stream for a little while. The reveals have been coming from WarCom. We've had quite a lot of them as well. But this is the first of that wave of new reveal method that's actually releasing, and they're probably about 4 weeks off. So we're kind of starting to see timeframes here, but let's get into it properly, shall we? Warhammer Age of Sigmar Battle Tome Idoneth Deepkin in your standard Battle Tome and your Gamer Edition that comes with the cards. We know how they release these. Yeah, the Gamer Edition things they're an interesting one. This is actually a smaller battle tome than previous with only 98 pages. That's 30 pages off the 128 page mark that everything seems to aim for. But you know, I guess Idoneth Deepkin are a smaller faction. But that's, yeah, battle tome. Everything else is going to be fairly standard following on from that. The Icon of the Sea with the optional assembly for the other character is going up as well. Methala, Oracle of the Abyss, another cool model. I quite like her part of it. The rest of it I'm not sold on. We've talked about these at length with the reveal videos. The wonderful new Idoneth Deepkin manifestations. They sound really fun. I'm looking forward to getting a little bit more on this because I think that this is a stunning model. And the rules preview that we saw sounded interesting. The Isharan Soul Scryer is coming, so I don't know if this is a new model. This hasn't been... Looking at it, he doesn't look new. But this hasn't been revealed. So is this from a previous box or something? Yeah, so it used to be in the Idoneth Deepkin Spearhead. It is now being made available to purchase separately. The rule of thumb for these army releases, and the new Spearhead, the Archelian Tide Guard, is coming as well. We've talked about that previously. The rule of thumb has been these new spearheads that accompany the battle tomes are just a second spearhead. Usually quite different from the first, but the fact that they're releasing this character separately, it makes me think that maybe we're going to start to see a shift in spearhead boxes, and they will start to rotate them out for some factions potentially, depending on the models that's in them and things. Very interesting. But again, characters, and then we're getting the new spearhead coming with the battle tome. War Scrolls and the dice are coming as well. The dice, yeah, I don't know. I think they're okay. They don't excite me that much. And then we're moving on to White Dwarf. It's the Tzeentch issue. They are getting one. Change is coming. Or maybe not. Or maybe it is. Who knows? But we have White Dwarf 514 with Madonna himself on the front cover. This is the final Chaos issue, I guess. So maybe issue 515 is going to be Space Wolves. One can hope. So I'm expecting a preview article which we'll cover this week for the next issue of White Dwarf. I still need to pick up 513. I don't actually, I mean, it must be out, mustn't it? I don't know, they announced these well in advance. But inside this issue, just as a quick sneak, we get a look at everything Tzeentchian, so the change of ways, finding out more about Grey Knights and how to battle Tzeentch and Nurgle, new combat patrol with demonic elements, and an army of renown with legend rules for AOS. There's also a report on the grand narrative event that took place in Warhammer World last November. They're really hot off the press with these, aren't they? And we have the Trials of Albarak. The next installment from James Brogdon is going to be included in there as well. Official licensed merchandise. The Skaven Deathmaster plushie. Have you ever wanted a plushie Skaven? Now is your chance. He even comes with a knife so you can go stabby stab on everybody that you want to see dead so you can climb the ranks of the clan. This is another Tommy one. I think they're good quality. I've seen a few of them. They are just quite fun little bits. Moving over to Warhammer TV Plus. Looks like we have more stuff on the General's Handbook. Does it actually tell us? Oh, it does. Yes. Victory Points returns with an episode all about navigating the General's Handbook 25-26 for AOS, including how to build your army around the new battle tactics and how best to deal with the new battle plans. My review of that General's Handbook actually dropped earlier today, so it is available. It'll be in one of the last videos that was uploaded, or it's in the Age of Sigmar archive playlist if you're interested in my take on that product. We also have Lore Masters. Lore Masters is looking at the Loyalists of Istvan 3. So next week, are we going to get the Heretics of Istvan 3 maybe? But that's good. We're also getting painting Fenrisian blue power armor. Might be useful for some people. I've seen 1,000 of these videos popping up in the last couple of weeks already. Again, Citadel Masterclass, you're a bit behind the times there, but hey, it is what it is. I won't be watching it because I won't be painting mine blue. And then finally, over on WarCom, next week we have the blood-soaked new reveal. Interesting. We have more rules coverage for the new edition of Horus Heresy. Good, because they were very quiet on rules last week. We also have a deeper dive at White Dwarf 514, which we'll take a look at, and apparently plenty more. Last Monday we did really well. We got 3 different reveals I say 3 different reveals. We got the interesting but not overly exciting Black Templars chaplain, which isn't a bad model for a Black Templar chaplain. He also just looks like a chaplain. We talked about that last week. We talked about the new host of Caradron Overlords models that were shown off with the new Battle Tome coming as well. That was one of the big reveals. And then the Grey Knight, I was going to say Spearhead, Combat Patrol. I don't think it's a bad Combat Patrol. It just goes to show how much those models need updating. So this Monday, it doesn't sound like it's going to be quite as busy. But that said, they didn't mention anything about reveals last week, so at least we know something is coming. Blood-soaked. I'm leaning towards probably Age of Sigmar, although we've had a lot of Age of Sigmar. I just don't know what Blood-soaked would be for 40k. Maybe it's a Kill Team thing, because the new Kill Team box and the last one that we know about actually released this weekend. My copy should be arriving tomorrow. So I don't know. I mean, Blood-soaked, it sounds like Flesh Eater Courts. Not a huge amount going on. My pick of the week genuinely might be the Skaven. No, I'm going to be generous. Well, no, I'm also going to be honest. I think this manifestation looks amazing. I need to see the sprue, but I actually want to do some Tyranidy stuff with it. Maybe have it some weird Tyranid life form. Not entirely sure how I'd get around the shipwreck bits. That's why I want to see the sprue. I think it's a stunning manifestation. I think all of the manifestations that we've had for Age of Sigmar 4th edition have been amazing. And this one, while it's only one, I know you're getting little tentacles as well, but it actually just functions as one. I think it's going to see some play, if the rules are as good as they teased. So that's my pick of the preview. Let me know what stands out for you guys and what you're looking forward to. Also, what have you been getting on with this last week? This is meant to be a bit of a community kind of thing, so let me know what you're working on. Let me know how your week has gone hobby-wise, and we'll be back tomorrow with reveals. I have a load of other videos I'm working on. Obviously, Kill Team, it's a big week for Kill Team. We'll be looking at the new balance data slate that Stealth dropped middle of last week as well. We're going to do that this week. We'll be unboxing Kill Team Typhon and just taking a general look at everything else that's going on. I've got so many projects, but I want to make videos about them, so I can't tell you yet. Stay tuned to the channel if you're interested in Space Wolves, Crusade stuff. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.